Hello everyone, how is everyone doing? Bodie McBoatface. See, that's why you shouldn't let people vote on names and then not go with the name that was voted on. For any of you that don't know that story, I forget what country it is or what company or whatever, but they let the public vote on the name of the new boat, and they named it Bodie McBoatface. So yeah, lesson learned. Peter says, hi Bob, how's Patches? Patches is doing well, thank you. Couldn't get in here. All right, Mr. Science Geek, V-Stag, Deb, how you doing? I did find my new pet. I did wrestle her out, so since she's already freaked out, now she's gonna jump, but there she is. Look at the camera. And there she goes. I told you she was gonna jump. How is the snake? Jay, the snake is doing well. This is a female crested gecko. The stream said offline every time I tried. Let's see if we can get her to jump on camera. Right over here. Come on. Where am I at? She's gonna go. Maybe. Oh, now she's not going to. Wait, she's getting ready. All About DIY, how you doing? Jamie, hello. Chestnut, Fish Out of Water, Jay's Aquatics, Floyd, Jobs, Aquarium, Tanks, how you doing, Chris? What's your thought regarding moving a tank 45 minutes away? I plan on setting up a new tank at the house I will be moving into. I need to move plants and fish. Can you give any advice? 45 minutes is nothing. Keep everything wet. I wouldn't take the substrate out. I would get rid of all the water, obviously. And just keep your filtration wet, and you should be good. I mean, it's only 45 minutes. They like to jump. She almost landed in my drink. But funny story. I went to. So my snake is still not eating. Get in there. So I went to the Reptile Snack Shack, which is my local reptile store, and they had 50% off animals for Black Friday, and I couldn't resist. That was too much of a good deal. Flynn's Fish Forum says hello and sorry he has to study. Awesome. Charles Fish Tank says Steenfott Aquatics and Reptiles. Yep. I've already got some different names reserved, so we'll see if I actually do a name change. I'm not sure. Not sure. Well, what is that creature? It is a crested gecko. Do clay pot increase pH? They do not. They are inert. How long can snakes go without eating? Jay's Aquatics, while I was at the reptile store, I did talk to them, and they had a snake that went, I have an Irian Jaya carpet python, and they had one that went over a year without eating. So there's really not much to be worried about unless she's losing weight, and she's not losing weight, so. Mr. Science Geek says, try rubbing a gerbil on the mice you feed your snake. Snakes love gerbils. Yeah, so the people at the store said don't even sweat it. Don't let the snake win. They said that carpet pythons are extremely, I don't know, kind of snotty. And will try to hold out as long as they can until you give them some live food. But it's just about who has more patience. JW Aquarium is getting more fish soon. Awesome. Rob Hicks Aquarium, how you doing? Dank Tanks is here. Barbara Jackson. Glad that didn't mean half a pet. I've been contemplating picking up a Cresty. I really want a Dalmatian. Yeah, they had. We're gonna sit here and talk about reptiles instead of fish, but they had some other crested geckos, and I was just. They also had some really nice ball pythons, but. The thing that really caught my eye is that they had a red Ackie monitor, which are really, really rare. So do you like predatory fish or just reptiles? I like fish and reptiles. If Bob got a boa, this wouldn't happen. That is true. That is true. Favorite guppy strain? Riding impulsive is the panda guppy. Does Bob have infinite patience? it's pretty close to infinite patience. It's pretty close. I've watched videos about them being snail killers. Ooh, chestnut, what are you talking about? So I came to the conclusion that the reason my mystery snails keep dying is because, oh yeah, if you have any loaches in your tank, your snails are goners. Shogun Aquatics says fair enough. Yep. What fish do you recommend for a 10-gallon planted aquarium? Rainbowfish. Pseudomcgill rainbowfish. Dank Tank says, I'm a Tokay guy personally. I will 100% be getting a powder blue springtime. There's actually a reptile show in a couple weeks that I just learned about. It is, I don't know who here is in Washington or cares. Maybe Turtle Girl, but I haven't seen her. December 16th, there is a reptile show. So pretty excited to learn about that. Scottish Aquatics, how you doing, buddy? I went to Aquarium Co-op the other day with Scott. It was a lot of fun. That's when I got the Royal Farlowellas. Did I buy anything for Fish Out of Water says, did I buy anything for Black Friday? The only thing I bought was 50 hangers for $8. That was my Black Friday score. So hopefully I don't have to throw my hoodies and stuff on the floor anymore. But yesterday, or maybe the day before, I did pick up the Exoterra large terrarium, I guess. It's 36 inches long by 18 by 18. They still had the price tag for the doorbuster deal, so they had to honor it. So that was pretty cool. Mary Beth Mabe says, I got about 6+ new tiny gold snails. Something hatched. Gold snails. All right, Chestnut Brown says, I have 1 yo-yo loach and 2 coolie. I would get 3 of each. If you have the space for it, I would get 3 of each. Alex says, Bob, dart frogs, please. You already have 1 large uncooperative snake. Yeah, but the snake is so awesome. I'm going to get dart frogs. I'm waiting for the ones that I have, or the ones I want, to go on sale. And I've been checking Josh's frogs like all weekend, but no luck. I know like LLL Reptile has them, but their shipping, I'm not a fan of their shipping. So what were the frogs I wanted? Let me look it up here. Where'd they go? I know I'm missing a lot of comments, but man, all right, whatever. Did you know Danios have barbell whiskers? I've seen them on like bigger ones, like, but I never really thought about it. Let's see, why can I, oh, here we go, frogs for sale, duh. So one of the frogs I really want are on sale if you buy enough of them is the, what is it? The Tonkin bug-eyed frog, but those are $160 for 4 of them. However, the poison dart frogs I want, now it's not going to show them to me. I saved it somewhere. Here we go. Well, they're the vents. If anyone who knows dart frogs, they're the vents. I want the vents. But they're not on sale, so I like to buy things when they're on sale. I usually don't pay full price for stuff. How do I stop bristlenose plecos from eating my Amazon swords? Rege white? You cannot. It is impossible. They will eat them till they're gone. Candy Overhauls linked my Patreon page. Thank you so much to all the patrons, and thank you, Candy, for linking. Oh man, I'm sure I missed a lot. Kang Lee, how you doing? Dogs okay, cats okay, fish okay, birds okay, snakes not okay. Yeah. I like snakes. Not gonna lie. Who said aqua? Not a few of those plants in place. I love the pleco you just added. Oh, yep. Yep, the Royal Farlowella. Peter says, please like and share Bob's stream tonight. Yeah, how many people are here? I know someone just said. 188. That's not too shabby. 67 likes. And we just started. I started late, and we're talking about reptiles. So, still, Bob read my comment. Bob, read my comment. Did I read it, or do I need to read it? Where is it? With 2 Royal Farlowellas and a 55-gallon... Will 2 Royal Farlowellas and a 55-gallon community with Tetras, Barbs, and Amazon Puffers work? Absolutely. You don't have to worry about the Farlowellas at all. They are sweet as can be. Charles Fish Tank says, I love the look of the Royal Farlowellas, but the fact that they'll attach to discus is a no-go for me. Yep, that's true. When does a mini horsey order come in? I would never have a mini horse, although I would have a zebra. I would love to get a hold of a zebra. Oh, now we're going to play the comment game, huh? Looking for Kevin, looking for Kevin. Sorry, Kevin, I don't see another comment except for the one that you said that I missed your comment. Go on to the bottom, hit the like button. Me and my girlfriend picked up a ball python on Black Friday. Awesome chestnut brown. Do you know, like, what color morph, anything like that? Amphibians like water. Yes, most of my reptile tanks will still have water features. I love, like, that biotope. So the terrarium I just picked up, 36 by 18 by 18. No matter what animal gets put in there, there will be fish in there as well. I'm not getting an emu. Actually, I don't like emus that much. I just watched Corey's tour of your fish room back in February. Do you still have all the stargrass in your rainbow tank? No, that's in a different tank now. I still have it. It's just in a different tank. Lumpy Dog says, can't ride a zebra. If something gets on their back, they drop and roll. Just saying. Well, and I won't ride it. I just like zebras. That's why I have zebra plecos. What does my landlord think about getting a zebra? Well, I'll ask him when he sees it. Steenfott Aquatics, which do you prefer, dark substrate or light sand for rainbows? Dark. Always dark substrate. Did I get a baby goat? Nope, I did not get the baby goat. They only had one left, and it was the one I wanted. However, they are a pack animal, so I'd feel really guilty only having one. Scott says, my lemon tetras look sweet in my discus tank. Awesome. I saw you posting pictures, but I didn't see the tetras. I only saw the discus. Just normal. They didn't have any other kind. Still cool. My first ball python was just a normal. She was awesome. Did you show your reptile tanks before? If not, can you? Yes, they will be on my channel. And back when I had reptiles and did reptile tanks, I was not on YouTube. So I have built terrariums with like custom backdrops and live plants and everything. And I do have some pictures of them, but it'll be starting over. Why do zebra plecos have to be so expensive? Because they come out of one little stream deep in the Amazon. And they're just in this little, like, mile-long stretch. That's it. That's the only place in the world you'll find them is in this little mile-long stretch. And they're damming that river, so that mile-long stretch is going to dry up, and then they're going to be extinct in the wild. Michael Trevino, how you doing, buddy? Says, I got a killer deal on an FX6 for 150 bucks on Black Friday. Wow. I would probably buy one for 150 bucks. Why would he want to kill the animal he wants to see own? Yeah, who's killing animals? Did I get a potbelly pig? Nope. Bob, check out the biopods. They're pretty expensive, but the aqua versions they have had a larger section for water. Biopods, I think I've heard of those. Biopods. What community fish would go good with rainbows? Any community fish. You know, a community fish is a non-aggressive fish, would go good with rainbows. I like to pair them with the pistogrammas and corridoras and tetras, barbs, rasboras. They'll all do good. Biopods. Okay, I have heard of these. These are stupid expensive, right? Maybe they'll give me one for free if I throw it on my channel. Yeah, right. It's probably not going to say the price on their website, right? Oh, yeah, the ones that are controlled by, like, your smartphone and stuff. I can already tell these are way too expensive for me. Anyways, let's get back to chat. Please, Dart Frogs. Yep, Bob. Got any kick butt ideas for zebra plecos, aka spawning? Oh, any update? Actually, I haven't even looked at that tank in a couple days. That's, Charles, that tank is, it's not in my fish room. It's a set and forget it. Try to let them do their things. I just drop food in it every night at around 11. Pectec covered biopod in his last vid. See, he probably got one for free. Are you getting rid of your fish? No, of course not. I'm getting rid of some fish because I'm redoing my fish room, and I don't have a way to house 1,000 fish while half my fish tanks are taken down. So some fish are going away, but just things like tetras and things that are easily replaceable. I got some prints from Priscilla also. They are stunning. I can't stop looking at them. Yeah, she does a great job. What is the nicest rainbows? I don't know that there's any mean rainbows. I managed to snag an orange spiny eel like yours at Deathco for 15 bucks. They labeled it as a peacock. That's awesome. Hoodies for Christmas. I think it was Fishbowl. All right. Can you put electric blue rams in the same tank as Bolivian rams? I don't know that that would work well because electric blue rams like hot water, like up in the 80s, low 80s, and Bolivian rams, when I bred them around 75, so yep, too expensive for me too. Just make sure you get the Miss King. Well, see, I've already got to buy a Miss King, which is already a few $100. Did your electrical problem get fixed? Cindy, that's why we're redoing the fish room. Replacing every outlet, things like that. And so when I first started getting into fish tanks, I did not plan, like everyone, I didn't plan to have a fish room. So I would get fish tanks as kind of, hey, someone's giving away one for free on Craigslist or an insanely good deal at our aquarium club. I would just, you know, pick it up, bring it home, set it up wherever it would fit. There's no like uniform. I could fit way more tanks in my fish room if I was actually to just gut it and start over and actually do, you know, like a wall of 40s and a wall of 75s. Like for instance, now I have a 5-foot stand with a 4-foot tank on it. So it's like I'm wasting a foot right there. So I'm not getting rid of fish. I'm just redoing my fish room. I forgot what the original question was, but there you go. Would you ever get like somewhat expensive cories? I do have expensive cories, Charles. I have Corridorus Pulcher, which, I mean, I don't know if they're as expensive as the ones you're linking, but I know the Pulchers were expensive. I have the Peru Bondies were really expensive. And by expensive for cories, right? They were like 25 bucks each. Bearded Fish Keeper, what's going on, buddy? I swear I'm going to make a hiking with you one of these days. I saw a Cresty on your Instagram. Are you going to breed them again? I don't know that I'm going to breed them, Cameron. I don't know that I'll go that far into it. I think you should start your own petting zoo. If land wasn't so expensive in Washington, I would totally do that. What do you think about one Amazon puffer and a 33 long with 18 rummy nose, 3 GBR, and a salt and pepper quarry? I just don't like how shallow that tank is, but I'm sure it could be done. My very first Amazon puffer was in a 33-gallon long for about a month and a half, and then I put it in my 125. But I'm sure you'll be fine. DH Aquatics, how you doing, buddy? The great thing about you redoing your fish room is that we get to watch it happen. Kinda. So like I'm in work mode. You know, I'm not really filming it at all. Yesterday I did one of those you know, do what I say, not what I do things, and was moving my rack of, or a rack of 40 breeders. You know, I have them on the lows, double stands. So with everything still in it, I mean, I had the water as low as I could get it, but I was still moving it, and it was stupid heavy, and I wasn't paying attention, and I cracked one of the tanks. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. Didn't film any of it. See, when you're doing things that you're not supposed to do, you can't film it. That's the problem, because you don't want other people to do that. Get an arowana. I'll probably never have an arowana. Bob, are you moving the 240 into the fish room after the outlets are replaced? We'll see. Steenfott Aquatics, you suggest keeping the same species of rainbow fish or mixing species? Jay's Aquatics, that's personal preference. I always go back and forth. My 125-gallon rainbow tank is mixed. And then, like, I have a 40-gallon breeder with just Bosmanis. I have another 40-gallon breeder with Glossolepis, I think. Which one is it, though? I don't remember. I have too many rainbows. But I go back and forth. So sometimes I really like a big school of the same species. And then sometimes, you know, after a couple months of that, I like going back to a mixed species. So it's just personal preference. What plants are good for a 20-gallon? That depends on your substrate, on your lighting, on your fertilizers. I started with a fish tank a year ago. I now have 10 aquariums. Yep. Sam the Fish Life. There is my Teespring. Oh, thank you, Nisi. Super speed reading. Bob, what kind of fish tanking What kind of fish keeping questions grind your gears the most? You know. One thing I'm not gonna answer anymore is disease questions. I got yelled at, and yeah, so somebody ruined that. Not that I'm like an expert on diseases, but whatever. Kamaka rainbows are good. Kamaka rainbows are awesome. Would you switch fish rooms with Corey? Who wouldn't? Bob, it's story time. Okay, please tell me about the emergency, how the emergency got resolved. So that's kind of interesting. Obviously, some of you know I came home to no power in 2 rooms, one being the fish room. And we checked the circuit. It was fine. We actually replaced the circuit breaker even though it was good. Still no power, so then the next step is testing every outlet. And we found this thing online that says take like a night light or something and plug it into every single outlet on the wall. And I'm like, well, what's that going to do? I don't have any power. So what's the point of that, right? But whatever, it's on the internet, so it must be true, right? So I took my night light, and the very first outlet I plugged in, boom, everything in the room kicked on. My fish room kicked on. I was like, what in the heck? I pulled the night light out, everything turns off. And I'm just like, what? How is that even possible? So we pull the plate off, and the whole back of it is just melted. The wires are just completely fried. And so plugging in the night light completed the circuit somehow. And I don't know. It was just funny. I remember reading that on the internet and thinking that makes no sense. Like, how would plugging in a night light into somewhere I don't have any power help me at all? But like I said, it was on the internet, so it must be true. I did it, and it worked. Replaced that outlet, and everything works now. Let's see. Other than rams, piscram, cribs, can you suggest a dwarf cichlid? Teleogramma. Teleogrammas are great. I love Teleogramma. They're kind of expensive, though, but that is another dwarf cichlid. Or Nanochromis, another expensive dwarf cichlid. Once you get out of the... Well, also there's like 10 different types of pelvic chromis, so you don't have to stick with the Pulcher, which is like the common crib. Black Friday got a good deal on 10-gallon of soft water. What type of shrimp to start with? If you've never done shrimp, no matter what your parameters, I would probably always recommend cherry shrimp. Oh my god, you're lucky the place didn't burn down. So yeah, what's crazy is the only thing this outlet even gets used for is my cell phone charger. The only thing that's ever plugged into that outlet is the cell phone charger. And I had forgotten, so what had happened is I forgot to charge my cell phone overnight, so I took the charger out to take it to work to charge my phone and ran out the door. Obviously all my lights are off anyway, so I didn't even notice. So just unplugging my cell phone charger is what killed the power to both rooms. Teleo cichlids are fun. Teleocicla. But yes, I am very lucky the place burned down. Dank Tank says, I scored big off Craigslist a few months ago. Basically got a Dart Frog room with Mist King. I really want a Mist King. 6 tanks for $200. Had a Rubbermaid tote full of cork bark and substrates. That's a really good deal. Where you went wrong is you have an Android phone. No, that's the only thing I've done right in my life. Zebra pleco max size. You might be able to get one to 4 inches, but their full grown size is like 3.5 inches. What rainbowfish school the most? Well, look in the background here. I wouldn't really call this schooling. They're not, I don't know. I don't consider it schooling, but they do swim around with each other. They flash a lot. They flare a lot. So they're not the greatest schooling fish, in my experience. Curious, what's your day job? IT. I'm a noob. How many rainbow fish tanks do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 10. Bare bottom aquariums, the bubonic plague. Okay, Candy link to Teespring, where all the awesome fish keepers get their Steenfott Aquatic swag. Thank you, thank you. Wait, I have a hunch who yelled at Bob Rooney. Just a random person, like, and I don't claim to be an expert on diseases at all, right? I could just tell you what I do, and they already had a sick fish. I told them how I treated it. Their fish died, and then apparently it was my fault. And yeah, I mean, all I can do is tell you what I do. I'm certainly not an expert. I believe everything Mr. Science Geek says. He's a scientist, you know. Yep. Well, so was well, we won't get into that story. Sorry, my phone died. Did you answer my question? The question do you have any Steenfott Aquatics shirts or sweatshirts I can buy? Yes. It was linked while your phone was dead, but let me pull it up here. Maybe. Jazz Aquatic says, I'll probably fill my 55-gallon up with those red rainbows like the one. Yep. Those are nice. Oops. There we go. I'm almost there. Do you use Easy Green? I do in some of my tanks. I actually use 3 different types of fertilizers. Oh, let's see. View store. Here we go. Oh, Candy was faster. There it is. Why do you like Rainbowfish so much? That isn't a judgy question because I like goldfish a lot. I'm just curious. I think they're one of the most underrated fish in the hobby. And I mean, they're rainbow fish. They're colorful, they're fun, they're active, super duper active fish. The males are always flashing at each other. They change colors every once in a while. They don't go from like a yellow to a red, but the intensities of the color changes, you know, whether it's daytime, nighttime, breeding, things like that. They're just really cool. What are the names of the red rainbows? The red Millennium Rainbow. Off subject, but the wet spot in Portland is overrated. It depends on what you're going there for. I think it's probably the most extensive collection you're going to find in an online store. Have you bred any rainbows you got from Gary Lang? Nope, but I've never tried. I've never ever tried. I'm not really... I love rainbows a lot, but breeding them just does not sound fun. Not at all. Joseph says, some of my Kambamba is growing and some is melting. Any ideas? It's a new tank. I'm thinking algae or other plants are soaking up all the nutrients. Where is it dying? Joseph, if it's dying at the bottom, it means you don't have enough light penetration. That's usually the case with stem plants, is towards the top, they're growing, they look great, and then at the bottom, they're kind of stringy and kind of ratty looking. It's because you just don't have enough light hitting the bottom part of the stems. I have a couple of rainbows, but they don't have much color at all. Yeah, so if you're one of the unlucky people that get female, if you go in and buy like, I want 5 rainbows and you get all 5 females, that's not going to be a very good time, especially for how expensive they are. Enter Flight says, gotta go eat dinner so I can play music for some old folks. Sorry I can't stay. Hope your Thanksgiving was great. Oh, what do you play? Do you like Parrot Cichlids, Dark, Sorcerer, 778? I do not. Let's see. Have we hit 150 likes yet? Oh, gosh, we're not even close. What are the red and blue fish? Wait. Just picked up some red root floating plants today. I've never seen. They look, yes. Scottish Aquatics, red root floaters are amazing. Now, you might have a hard time keeping them red. Just throwing that out there. Don't be surprised in 2 weeks if they're green, because it takes a lot of light and iron to keep them red. What are the red and blue fish in the tank in your background? Not the neons, but the bigger ones. Celestial Pearl Danios, I believe. This is not my aquarium. And I know they're monster CPDs, but I'm pretty sure that's what they are. I have a couple rainbows. Okay, gotcha. Oh. The Fishbowl says, I'm on the Teespring website looking at your products, and it says, last day to order. Do you not normally sell these products? If it is the last day, I need to convince my parents to buy it now. The Fishbowl, no. So once the countdown is just they do it in batches. So every 3 days they start a new batch. So all the orders they get for that 3 days, they'll print everything at once instead of doing it, you know, once every order, every 3 days. So it's just a cheaper way for them to do it. So today's the last day. If you don't buy it today and you buy it tomorrow, they're not even going to make it for another 3 days. That's what that says. I live near Olympia, Washington. Any way I can buy a bristlenose from you? Cody, if you want to drive all the way up here, I would probably give you some. David says, hi everyone, I have a community tank with albino cories, zebra danios, and black tetras where eggs on the glass. Who laid them? Cories. Your Corydoras will lay eggs on the glass. So my Fluval 2.0 with a bunch of iron. How do I conquer air algae that comes with that combo? Have fun. More fertilizer. It's a dance. I mean, you got to get everything right. How are the other Steens doing? Well, we don't have Micro Steen anymore. He's still in the tank. We just don't know which one is Micro Steen. And then Little Steen is doing fantastic. I was actually at the grocery store, and for the first time ever, they had fresh clams. So I bought a ton of clams. People were looking at me crazy. So that's pretty cool. Whereas, you know, you go to the pet store and you pay $4 or $5 for 3.5 ounces of clams. You go to the store and it's $3 or $4 for a pound of clams. So I've got an entire freezer full of clams. So I'll be good for a while. Can you give me fish? Yep. Charles, if you want to come all the way over here. Do I ever use a diatom filter? Nope. No. Didn't you have a green terror? Nope. I've never had a green terror. The closest thing I've probably even close to that is my Honduran red points. Thanks 54 Punchy. Will they eat them? I have no idea. Did you bring the clams in? Yeah, this time I did not leave them in my Jeep. And I got a nice whiff of that clam smell today. Like, it's been gone for the most part, but sometimes when you open your door a certain way, you still get that smell. I can always tell who Microsteen is. He's the hero we deserve, but not the one we need. Is crushed coral sand okay for cories? Sand is good for cories. Now, crushed coral is going to raise your pH, so depending on what you want to do with your cories, some will have no problem with higher pH, but some of them will not like that higher pH. What caused the power problem? Bad outlet. It could have been a faulty ground, loose wire that was just causing too much draw. Is a Phoenix 24/7 good for a 10-gallon with Amazon swords and crypts? Yep, you'll be just fine. What is the biggest fish that you want to own? I want a red-tailed catfish. The biggest fish I want to own is probably my Mabu puffer. It should get around 20 inches, maybe a little larger. Did you get Little Steen from Wet Spot or Corey? I got Little Steen from neither. Neither. I got it from my local fish store. Are your pom-pom crabs still alive? I have no idea. I think I saw one like a month ago. But honestly, I don't even look at that tank anymore because it's very depressing. It's in a very sad state. And I'm actually going to be tearing it down here probably this weekend. So we'll find out this weekend. Wait until summer. It's going to hit you again over and over and over. Thank you, V-Stag, and hope yours as well. I didn't get the notification for tonight for some reason. You usually do. Sorry about that. YouTube sucks. You should do an update on breeding for Profit Tank. Nobody watches those anymore. I still do them, but nobody watches them. I don't know what happened. Steenfott Aquatics, have you seen any effect in water parameters, specifically nitrates shooting up after using Flourish? Nope. Nope. Well, I've never used Flourish. I think I've maybe used Flourish like once in my life. It's way too expensive and way too watered down for me. Help me stock my 10-gallon. I cannot. In Eco Complete, I don't know. How is the remodeling coming? Slow, very slow. Have you ever had micro side crabs? Nope. I have no idea what that is. But Estevans Aquatics, I will definitely be doing an update. I try to do it at least once a month, and I think we're getting there. It's been about a month. Yeah, I get nothing. I don't even know what you're referring to. Breeding for Profit are my favorite videos. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I don't know what happened, but just not popular. The tank is looking really good, though. I will admit, the tank is looking awesome. The plants have exploded in the last couple months. In the process of building a paludarium, any ideas? Yeah, build it. What kind of ideas do you want? When I look at like building terrariums and paludariums and vivariums and things like that, I get stuck on YouTube for like 5 hours. The next thing I know, the day is gone because I'm just looking at videos all day long. Ella says, I probably shouldn't tell this story, but we live in a town and had problems with people going to a bar next door because they would park in our driveway. Well, one car was there for a few days, so... what am I getting for Christmas, Bob? Nothing. People ask me what I want, and I tell them don't get me anything. Promise me you will do a fast-flowing river tank. Promise, I cannot promise that. Want to plant little pots in an aquarium. Do you need to use special dirt? Will any potting soil work? Just you want organic potting soil. If you're gonna use soil, use organic. My husband stuck a dead mouse in it, and it was in the 90s in the time. They never parked in our driveway again. That's a good idea. Build a paludarium around your wood. There's a really cool paludarium on YouTube. It's called, like, I think you can search for Peninsula Paludarium or something like that. It's freaking awesome. What's that you're drinking to stay pumped? It's white grape juice or something weird like that. Some kind of juice. Let's see. Well, we're almost at 150 likes. Hello, KG Cichlids. How's it going, buddy? 54 Punchy says hello. Let's see if I missed anything. Is dirt a good option for a planted nano tank 10-gallon valve? If I was only using jungle valve, I probably wouldn't use dirt because it's going to grow so insanely fast and you're going to have to be uprooting it all the time. It's going to be a constant mess. Let's see. What else have I missed? The biggest I'd like to have is an Arapima. Yeah. I would like an aquarium big enough to house one of those, but I would not want one of those. What's my favorite Thanksgiving Day food? Probably mashed potatoes. Simple. Red Beard Aquatics, how you doing, buddy? Bob, have you ever tried growing pothos in any of your tanks, and will it lower your nitrates as rumored? I have pothos. Well, it's not pothos, but I do have house plants in my aquariums, and yes, they suck the nitrates. Spider plant is a really good one. But yes, it works great. How's my Mabu pufferfish? Doing excellent. Doing great. Hi, just making my 100-gallon fish tank stand. Awesome. Bob, if you could only keep 3 of your tanks, which 3 would you pick? Are you asking? I would pick the 3 biggest tanks. How's that? I don't know if you're asking like what fish I would keep, but actual aquariums, I would keep the biggest ones. Name 3 fish I can't live without. I could just name you like 3 rainbow fish. Steenfott Aquatics is Ice Cave in Sashimi Whiskey's last video the same one you visited in your hiking video? It is exactly the same. Yep. Where's my husky while all this is going on? Probably sleeping. Is Patches okay? Yes, Patches is great. What's the best way to lower pH in aquariums? If you only need to lower it a little bit, driftwood. Wood works great. When you buy your own house one day, make sure to set aside an area you can build a floor to ceiling aquarium. Yep. Absolutely. What is the Amazon puffer in the... Is that an Amazon puffer? Yes, there are multiple Amazon puffers in this aquarium. Did not hold that into consideration. Yep. Trust me, you don't want to be pulling plants out of dirt as much as you'd be doing with jungle valve. How come I like rainbow fish so much? Well, I kind of went over that earlier, but I think they're beautiful. They're super active. They have super awesome behavior. I have not used Cuttlebone in any of my snail tanks. Guppy Angel. Chestnut Brown says, I'm getting another turtle tomorrow. What kind of turtle are you getting? Is it a turtle, or I thought you got a tortoise last time? Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Hey, almost 200 viewers, looking good. Yep. 100, oh, and we hit 150 likes. That's awesome. Do you think pothos and spider plants work well hung off the side of a pond? I think it would. What fish can go with a betta? Just recently got my cousin a 5-gallon tank for Christmas, and I'm wondering what fish I should put in it. My cousin has a betta fish, crown tail male. If you only have 5 gallons, honestly, I probably wouldn't put anything else in it. And a lot of that also is going to have to do with the specific betta. Some bettas don't care about other fish, and I've had bettas that will just try to kill any other fish that's in them. So, my Anubias rhizomes are rotting. I found out it was some kind of contagious virus. Have you ever encountered this? I cut the mush. I dipped them in H2O2. Hopefully it works. Marnie Griffith. Yes, I have had to deal with Anubias rot, is what it's called, a couple times. I've never been able to save them. And it is the worst. Okay, so it doesn't smell as bad as dead mystery snails, but Anubias rot smells awful. Absolutely awful. Did you use root tabs for your dwarf hairgrass? Nope. I just released my first video, and when I go to my channel, it says the channel doesn't have any content, but then when I go to the videos tab, it shows the video, what could be happening. It's probably going to take a little bit to update. I use the dirt in the bottom to cut plastic water bottles. Moving is no problem. Just move the whole thing. How many gallons does it take in the background? I have no idea. This was sent to me by a subscriber. Yep, Jungle Val and dirted tanks are not a fun combo, unless it was like a huge tank. Like huge. Candy says, do bettas eat shrimp, or does it also depend on the betta? Yes, they will eat shrimp. They will definitely eat baby shrimp. Out of all my bettas, though, I've only had one that actually killed adult shrimp. All my other bettas have been fine with shrimp, but they'll obviously eat shrimplets. Did you ever find those lost clams you thought you left in your car? Yes, I did leave them in my car, and my car smelled terrible for a week, and I still get a good whiff of it every once in a while. Barbara Jackson says, oh god, dead mystery snails, puke face. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Nothing like rotten clams in my car for a week, but yeah. Aquarium keepers of the Pacific Northwest, is the betta red? If so, I wouldn't try because red bettas tend to be way more aggressive. LOL. Barbara, yep, dead mystery snails is the worst smell. Anubias rot is close. Is a close second. Like, you know, Prime. Seachem Prime smells pretty bad. It's nothing like Anubias rot, and definitely nothing like mystery snails. Ugh. Ella says, I got a new light today. It's fluorescent. My plants are pearling like crazy, but it makes my tank look yellow. Did you do a water change as well? Is it real pearling or is it water change pearling? How many chili raz boards can I put in a 6-gallon tank? I would start with 3 and see how they do. You might be able to get away with like 6, but you're kind of pushing it. Also, it depends on the footprint. If it's like a longer tank, you could put more in. Yellow map turtle. Oh yeah, I have a tortoise too, and 14 other turtles. Wow. Candy, mine are super chill. He only attacks the weak. Kylie's has yet to have tank mates. My prior bettas were murderers. Fishing the region. Just wait till your drunk fishing partner leaves dead rainbow trout in your car on an 80-degree day. Neon Tetra says Eagles 10-1. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? The NFL is quickly turning topsy-turvy. Nope, I do water changes on Wednesdays. Well, the fluorescent lighting is definitely going to give you yellow. So, pearling is cool too, though. I mean, I like the white look, though. I really don't like the yellow. How do you know where I can get 40 mystery snails for like 20 bucks? I have no idea. I have no idea where you can buy mystery snails cheaper than wholesale. Maybe aquarium clubs. I don't know anyone who really breeds them in mass quantities. That would be your other best bet. I don't know if it's different here in New Zealand and wherever you live, but have you ever had wild bettas? Yes. I personally, well, I haven't kept them, but they are available. I personally haven't had one, but a good friend of mine said they're really cool. I've never kept them, but they are available here. I had a betta that killed 8 cardinals. It was horrible. I've had a couple of red sliders for 10 years. They started out the size of a quarter. Now their shells are about 9 inches around. Yep. It's a problem with sliders. They look all cute in the fish store, and then they get big. Have I ever kept leaf fish? Joseph, I have not. Will you ever come to tamed waters here in Minnesota? I'll never say never. I would like to go to every state at least once in my life. Okay, what do we got going on? Endlers in a 5-gallon? That seems pretty small. I don't know if I would do that. Chris says, I breed mystery snails. I used to. There was a time when I would be able to just give you mystery snails. Yep. People are saying yep. Okay. Nobody water changes on Wednesdays. KKK. Got all that. Okay, got that. Maybe I'll divide the bottom of the tank so the valve only grows in one area. The valve, when it spreads, it'll go up and over. It won't just spread in the substrate. It'll spread out of the substrate too. So it depends on how you're going to divide it. A divide will make it easier because then you can just cut the runners along your divide. So, I mean, at least that will be easier. Have you seen Rich Price's Fish Room Tour video? Which one is it? I'm terrible with names. I'm sure I've seen it. Steen, do you ever auctioneer at your local club? If not, you should. Nope. I say that knowing I have other tanks to throw them in, though. What's the best aquatic turtle for beginners? My daughters are asking for turtles. I am certainly not a turtle expert. I've never kept a turtle in my life. I do want them, but I would look up the Turtle Girl on YouTube and subscribe to her. She's doing live streams now every once in a while, so you can ask her. Super knowledgeable. Normally she's here. I don't know where she is, probably doing homework. What brand of sponge filters do I use? I have Peter, I have Hikari, I have generics off of eBay and Amazon. If you're looking for some to buy and you want to buy in bulk, or I mean you don't have to buy it at bulk, but look at Gemco. Let me pull it up. Pretty good place to buy sponge filters. You should, because you have a doppelganger in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He plays good tunes on the jukebox at our pub. His name is Jimmy. I got a few doppelgangers. I keep him out there. Sometimes I make him work for me. People never notice. Taylor says, hit the like button, people. Yes. Yes, hit the like button. I don't have a need to be liked. Oh, I was going to butcher a quote. Do I need to be liked? No. Do I like to be liked? Yes. But is it a need? See, it's a joke. Some people would get it. I haven't seen Turtle Girl all day. She has a great channel. I concur. Yep. What are? Thanks, Gemco. Yeah, Peter, I just linked it right above you, like 4 comments above you. What are good tank mates? For what, Drew? For what? I made the mistake of letting 2 mystery snail clutches hatch in my main tank. Yep. And the thing about mystery snails is they're like goldfish. They create a ton of waste. That's why I got rid of mystery snails, because I just hated doing all the water changes. Have I ever kept Frontosa? No, Oliver Dean. I don't have a tank big enough to keep Frontosa the way I want to. Is that a quote from Michael Scott? Yep, absolutely. Gosh, and what is it? I don't know. So many good quotes. What type of fishes could I put in 80 gallon? 1,000 different types. Support Bob through Patreon. Do it. Thank you, Kevin. Thanks, Bob. I'm at Gemco now. Yes, so Gemco is where I bought my linear air piston. In my opinion, they have the best linear air piston air pump on the market. Any good cool water fish recommendations to keep with my white clouds? I would get like salt and pepper cories. They make an excellent bottom feeder. They can go down, and I don't know how low you're keeping it, but they can go down into like the very low 60s, even upper 50s for short periods of time. What diameter are the PVC caves in your pleco tank? Which one? I have PVC from a 1/2 inch all the way up to 1 1/4 inch and mixed in most of my tanks. So I don't have one set size in any of my tanks. I also have the watering stakes, as well as cichlid stones, as well as clay pots. So I don't have just one size. How do I go live on the YouTube on phone? At Chestnut Brown, you go to the YouTube app and there is a button on the top right that looks like a camcorder. Majestic says, ever considered getting a reptile? Funny you should ask, because let me just show this off again. Come here. Reptile, you say? Reptile? Yes, I have thought about getting a reptile. And I own other reptiles. Come on. Come on, let go. Alright, not going to bother her anymore. I enjoy having a fish tank, but the maintenance can be overwhelming. I enjoy, like, maintenance and doing all that. That's kind of like where I can just check out and be in my own world. I guess I don't feel so bad for killing my mystery snails with fenbendazole. I just lost my last guppies. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Can I put guppies with rams? They'll probably get eaten. Oh my god, a cresty. Yep. Bear necessities. Oh, hi, Bear. How you doing? Even I barely have a tank big enough for my fronts. Yeah, I would want at least 300 gallons. At least 300 gallons. Sorry if too off topic, but do you know any good reptile YouTube channels? My rapid descent into reptiles is kind of scaring me. There are a few good ones. Thanks for showing your gecko. I got my first last week. Yep. Oh man, let me go down the list here. I need to make, I'm subscribed to like 600 people. I'm never going to find them. But like Brian is a good one. I didn't know cresties get that big. Whoa, she's not even full grown. Not even close. What is your local fish store? It's Aquapets, and you probably have Geico insurance. I just got rid of Geico insurance. I got fed up with them. Bob saved 15% or more when he bought that gecko. I saved money by switching to State Farm, which was amazing to me because they've always been stupid expensive, but it was actually cheaper than Geico. Bob, my birthday is the day after Christmas. All I want is some duckweed. Snakebite Steve TV. Yep, that is Brian. Go Herping, that's another one that I watch. What are your favorite tank mates for angelfish? Drew, I only have had angelfish for about 4 or 5 months now. They are with my Mabu puffer, and funny enough, they are with yellow labs now, and also some praecox rainbows. But once they're in their final home, they will be with a puffer, rainbows, and corys. Corridoras. Camp Keenan is pretty good and entertaining. Yep, another good one. There's one that I can't remember, and the only time I remember is when it shows up on my suggested. I've been offered a dozen African cichlids. They need TLC. I'm setting up a 55 gallons a night. Aside from water changes, any tips? Do you know what kind by chance? If you're getting a dozen of them and throwing them in a 55, I would probably just do it with the lights off. Let them spend the night in the dark. Sponsored by State Farm. I wish I could really use a sponsor right about now. Guppy Girl, assassin snails, will get rid of them. Jamie McDonald, don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Oh, you gotta creep, man. You gotta creep. My birthday is 1 day after Christmas. I win. My birthday is 6 months after, well, 8 months after Christmas. So I feel sorry for the people that have like birthdays and Christmas at the same time, because you always get like the one gift and they cheap out and like, hey, this is for your birthday and Christmas. I always felt bad for those kids growing up. Steenfott Aquatics says line bred or wild type of pistogramma. It depends. Like the benchai, I want wild caught benchai, but cockatoides, I want line bred for sure. What freshwater fish do you really want that you do not have? The Bentachromis tricotti. Good luck spelling it, but if you get close, Google will find it for you. Bentachromis tricotti. Turbofish says, anyone have a flower horn? A small flower horn. Looking at suggestions for food. Birthday is 8 days before Christmas. I had a friend whose birthday was on July 4th, and all he got was fireworks. And if that was me as a kid, I would have been ecstatic. But this kid hated fireworks, but all anyone ever got him was fireworks, because he always had his birthday party on the 4th. Miserable. Leopard Gecko is a good channel if you want to learn about cresties or Leos. My birthday is the day after Christmas. Bob, send me some plant. I'm actually getting pretty low on duckweed. I think I'm down to 1 tank that has duckweed. Cross my fingers. Hopefully I'll be at 0 soon. All right, folks, we got 3 more minutes. What is a good food to feed? What is a good food to feed pest snails? Just overfeed anything. Green beans, flake food. Those suckers will eat anything. The key is to overfeed and do lots of water changes. The YouTube adpocalypse ruin your channel, run for your channel, or ruin? Nope. Nope, it shouldn't be affecting any of us at all. Any fish keeper channel should not be getting affected by the adpocalypse. Angelfish eat duckweed, not that I'm aware of. Unless your fish channel is showing like tortured children and cussing and swearing and racist, it shouldn't be affecting your channel at all. I was born on Thanksgiving. Oh, how thankful. What is a good food to feed snails to get them to breed? Again, just overfeed and do water changes. Snails will eat anything. That hour went quick. It was. Chris, thanks. Tanks. Okay, what? Oh. Okay, thanks. We'll do tomorrow. I'm already part of the group. Thanks for being nice. Which state are you in? I'm in Washington State. Expensive. Washington State. Expensive shrimp food. Snails. Love it. Okay, hello, Bob. What is a good air pump for Ken's tanks? 10 tanks or Ken tanks? I don't know. Bob, did you know Bob is on Twitter? Oh, yep, I do have a Twitter. Did you use smash Piccoli Pete's in the middle and watch it explode? I don't even know what you're talking about. Turbo fish, that sounds like awesome foods. Oh, I missed something. I was born on Thanksgiving also. We got a few Thanksgiving birthdays, so happy belated birthday to the both of yous. No, I cannot do shout outs. My son and brother and dog's birthdays are 2 weeks after Christmas. I feel like 2 weeks, that might be long enough apart for your like close family, but your extended family, I feel like they're still gonna kind of lump it together and cheap out on you. Bare Bottoms Aquarium says my Aquarium heater melted the clip and it came with. Next thing I know, I came home today and found 9 of my fish are dead. Was it overheating or the melted plastic that killed my fish? Probably the overheating. So here's something that I will always, always, always recommend, and we'll end it on this. If you have a 55-gallon tank, you know, don't buy a big heater for your tank. So a 55-gallon most of the time can be heated by a 100-watt tank, okay, or a 100-watt heater. So you're better off letting a 100-watt heater run 24 hours a day than like a 200-watt heater running 12 hours a day. It's going to cost you the exact same amount on your power bill. However, when the 100-watt heater gets stuck on, it's not going to burn up your fish because it's only 100 watts, right? However, if a 200 or 300-watt heater gets stuck on, it's going to boil everything in your tank. So always side on the caution of smaller, less watts on more, if that makes sense. I think that made sense. I probably didn't word it right, but yes. Like I run like 50-watt heaters. I go super small because I have had one burn up and fry some really, really nice line bred epistogrammas. It was really sad. So I went back to the breeders and told them what happened, and they were actually the ones that suggested that to me, is that always go smaller when it comes to your heaters, because if they get stuck on, you don't fry your fish. Anyways, that's it. It has been an hour. Cool trip to Co-op, Bob, Scott. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We should do more tours of each other's tanks. I know you have fish I have never seen. Yeah, that's what I like, the rare stuff. Thanks, Bob. I always stick to the small side. Yep, absolutely. It's just a good rule of thumb. Thanks for the therapy. My girlfriend was in a car wreck today. Sorry to hear that, Sal. Hope she's doing well. Flynn's Fish Forum shows up just in time for us to call it quits. And yeah, that's it. Thanks, everyone. We should be here Thursday again, 5 p.m. Pacific. Again, no topic, just kind of hanging out. So I hope to see everyone then. And thanks for stopping by.